Welcome to the space for transformational leaders to unleash their magic, see better client results, work lighter, and live sourced. Hi, this is Darla, founder of Sourced, and just because it doesn't work out doesn't mean it isn't sourced, okay? I hear this a lot where people will say, I thought I knew, I thought it was my intuition, I was following the signs, and it didn't work out. And now I can't trust my knowing anymore. Well, let's break this down a little bit. So first of all, my company is called Sourced, and we offer retreats called the Sourced Experience, and we help people access their inner knowing, which we call your sourced magic. And there are actually 6 types of sourced magic, which is 6 different ways that you get knowing about what's true for you, your intuition or your inner guidance. And we help our clients to develop their knowing such that they're guided in the direction that's the most easeful and purposeful and light. Now, does that mean when something doesn't feel easeful, purposeful, and light, like it's not our preferred outcome, that we did something wrong or that it isn't sourced? Absolutely not. Not at all. So welcome to being human, a spiritual being in a human body. Our human body contains all kinds of different energy patterns, and some of them are serving us in getting to where we think we want to go. And some of them are blocking us from going where we want to go. But none of them are bad, because this is part of being a human in a human body. So we call energy patterns that are based in some form of the past, trying to control the future. They're tight, they're heavy, they're us trying to make things happen. We call this default energy. And the more default energy that we have in our field, the harder it is to see the possibility of where we want to go. Now, not bad, right? Not good, bad, right, or wrong. And when we have a default energy pattern happening, we might accidentally or purposefully make a decision that goes in a direction that's going to give us an outcome we don't prefer. Our default says, oh my gosh, in order for me to get this result, I have to micromanage my marketing campaign and make sure everything is absolutely perfect. And in the process of making sure everything is absolutely perfect, your energy is not authentic, and so people don't resonate. Let's just imagine that. And so you're not getting the result that you want. Well, that's a default. I'm going to try to be perfect would be a default, and then you'd get that result. Does that mean that you messed something up or it isn't sourced? No, that result is here to guide you and to show you what's next. So I'll give you an example. I hosted an event several years ago where it ended up being really hard, and I lost quite a lot of money, like $50K on this event. And I thought it was intuition that guided me to make the decisions I made. I hired some speakers and I did some things in a certain way, and it felt like, oh, I'm getting signs from the universe to do this. And then the result just was not what I thought. But guess what? Getting that result caused me to get really, really curious about what is my intuition, what is a sign, where is my default? My default was doing what someone else told me to do rather than really being able to hear myself. And so it became a whole season of deep immersive study of being able to hear my own soul. Well, guess what? That gave birth to my company, Sourced, which then later Source gave me these 6 magics that I teach, which is a whole framework of work that's launched a whole world for me and for my clients. Well, guess what? That likely wouldn't have happened if that event had just worked out, right? And so just because a result isn't what we prefer doesn't mean it isn't sourced. Each time, so if we get a great result that we prefer and we're like, woo, flowy and happy, and that's the point of following our magic, and that's amazing. And I have so much flow and happiness, so much more than I did before that event, for sure. And that's amazing. And yet, every time we get a result we don't prefer, it's an opportunity to shift an energy field, to shift a default energy pattern into something that's more sourced for us. And every single time we do that, we reduce our barriers to receiving information from source. Because default energy is always blocking the message, right? Because it's like our ego thinking we know best. So every time we move through a cycle of transformation, we open up with greater receptivity to our sourced magic, which then increases the likelihood that our decisions are going to lead us to the happy, flowy state. And the happy, flowy state isn't better than the unpreferred result. It's just different. I'm curious your experience with this. I would love to hear. Place a comment below this video. If you liked it, please share it. I would really love to get over 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and that would make a world of difference if you share. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon.